Hey, it's Yesenia, and I'm going to be going over my Ancestry DNA results. I went on Ancestry.com because it popped up on my Facebook saying that there was a sale, and I had always wanted to do it. Why I had wanted to do it was because my family is Mexican-American on both my parents' side. I know that, I didn't really know much of the specifics. I knew that my maternal grandma, she was Purepecha or part Purepecha Indian, or at least her mom was. So my great grandma was full Purepecha Indian, and then I knew that I didn't know much about my maternal grandfather. I knew that him and my grandma were from the same village in Mexico, but I also did know that he was like a quarter black or a quarter black Mexican. I don't know if there's like really a difference. So, and then I know that for my dad's side, my dad didn't know his dad. So all I know was like his name and my dad's mom. So my paternal grandmother, I didn't really know anything. I didn't really know like much about her. I just like knew she was Mexican. I didn't know if like she was Native Mexican or what. Like you couldn't even tell like by the point in her age because she was really old. Like she lived a really long life, and like my dad's the youngest out of 12 kids and he's like 54 or 53. So she was pretty old. So even throughout the period of time that I knew her, she always like was to where you can't really tell like what they would have looked like when they were younger or what their features might indicate. I decided to take the test to part of it prove my mom wrong, because my mom was always kind of like weirdly proud that she could trace our family back to Spain. And I was like, the only reason like you can trace our, like my mom's side of the family, like their name, I was like, the only reason you can trace the name back to Spain is because like a bunch of colonists came and like, you know, and she was like, no, mija, it's more recent than that. And I was like, okay, mom. But also a thing to know about my mom's side of the family is that, so on my, starting like with my grandma's generation, all my grandma's brothers and sisters are all like super dark and like super like, when you think like Mexican, like that dark. And then my grandma like popped out super light. Like she still had like, you know, like brown eyes and brown hair, but like she had really pale skin and like she was super light. And then so she married my grandpa, who was also like very dark. And then their kids, like, so my mom and all my tias and tios, like some of them, they all had native features, but they were all like really light skinned. Oh my gosh, there's a wasp. Some of them are darker, but for the most part, they're all super light. My mom married my dad, who is also really, really dark. And then me and my brother popped out with like super light skin. Like we can get pretty dark, but like that goes away. So that's why I was like, you know what, Mom, I'm just gonna prove you wrong. So I got the ancestry test. So it took, what you do is you order the test and then you get a box in the mail. You get a little tube, you spit in the tube, so you fill it up with your spit, and then you mix it because there's like a solution in there, and then like you send it back, and it says that it should take up to 6 to 8 weeks for that. But I got my results back in like, I think it was 3 weeks. It was really fast. So I'm gonna go over my results. I do have a discount link, and I'm gonna put that below in the comment section, or not in the comment section, just below. I'm gonna put it in the description box, and then if you use the link, you'll get a 15% discount if you want to try the ancestry test for yourself. First off, I'd like to say ignore my squeaky chair. So here are the results. I came back 46% Native American, and hold on, the camera's shaking. Okay, so 46% Native American from Mexico, so western and central Mexico and Colima and western Michoacan, which is what I was expecting just because like this is where my grandma's whole family came from, was Michoacan. And so it's interesting just because I can see how it connects to my mom's side of the family. I still don't know that much about my dad's ancestry. I'm trying to convince him to get the test done too. But, so yeah, and then I also came out with some native parts in Chihuahua and Durango. I came out 29%, sorry, I realized it's not even on there, 29% Spanish, which I still don't know, like, who or how far back, because, like, down here it'll tell you how far your DNA story goes, and they start tracing it in 1750, like, directly from Mexico. There's no history before that, so I don't know what's up with that. But 8% Italian, 3% from the Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples, 3% Portuguese, 3% Irish and Scottish, 2% Senegal, 1% Jewish, 1% France, 1% Benin and Togo, or Togo, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, 1% Mali, 1% Swedish, and 1% German. So I think that the most interesting part about this was seeing the 40% or 46% Native American, which I figured it'd be something like that. But so when I think about it, there are no like immediate Spaniards that I know in my family. So when that came out, what was it, 29%? I thought that was weird, considering like that I know for a fact that there's somebody immediately in my family that is black, you know, like my mom's dad's my maternal grandpa. Jesus, that stuff's hard. So my maternal grandpa is like a quarter black, and then so like that's there, you know. So then when you think like there's no immediate Spaniards, you know, everybody in Mexico is so mixed at this point. So all together, that's like 8% African regions, so 29% Spanish regions, and 46% Native. That's for this. I thought it was pretty accurate. Anyways, those were my results. So I thought it was pretty accurate, and it's cool because you can make a tree and invite people to add to your tree, and then so like if you get results and then you find out you're related somehow, you can connect your trees. Ancestry will pull evidence of them off the internet, and then you can connect those like online articles that you find or birth certificates or addresses to that person's profile on your thing, so that way like it's just something that you can keep going on. I think it just gets harder, like if your family, if you like immediately come from immigrants, you're gonna have a really hard time finding any documents on Ancestry. Like I found, so my dad's side of the family has lived in Texas, like the tip of Texas, for like a really long time, and I was able to find all his side of the family. And then I put in my husband's information, and my husband's white, and his family has been in like the U.S. since early 1900s, and I was able to find like his mom's birth certificate, and I put in my mom's side of the family, like I put in all their stuff, and I can't find nothing on them. I can't find my mom's birth certificate or my grandma's or my grandpa's, even though I have like dates, cities, hospitals. I can't even find my own. And I was born here though, like, but I was born on a military base. My brother was born in Korea. He does not exist on Ancestry. If you're looking for results, Ancestry is really good. But if you're looking to like pull data on stuff, like pull data on your family and like kind of collect it, it'll mainly be good, I guess, like if your family has been in the United States for a while. So that's my experience with Ancestry. Use my discount code